Cedar Falls Homes Executive Board, and thank you for being here with us today as we present on a new, exciting potential development opportunity located in St. George, Utah. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce your appointed Red Valley Development Team. My name is Connor Jackson.
I'm Esteban Perez.
I'm Josh Wisniewski.
I'm Chandler Schreiber.
I'm Cole Salzman.
I'm Alex Bacha.
Just a brief overview of the Desert Color community, which is where Red Valley will reside. It's a 3,350 acre master plan community, and Red Valley will reside in the southern block, which is approximately 1,337 acres. Desert Color plans to be a plan of connectivity, community, and sustainability, all of which Red Valley will embrace. And our parcel is approximately 130 acres, and will be an age-restricted active adult residential development. If authorized, our closing date will be on March 1st of 2020. Esteban will now go over the market analysis for the area.
So for the market analysis of St. George, let's begin with attractions and amenities. As Connor said, it's in an age-restricted master plan community of Desert Color, so they will get to enjoy our amenities and all the amenities that come along with Desert Color. There's a few national parks in the area at a driving distance, and they have annual events. There's trails for walking, biking, ATVs, and of course Las Vegas is only about a 90-minute drive. For education, we decided to focus on the financial strength of the school district since our buyers won't be able to have children living with them. The biggest thing for this is property taxes, which St. George has a truth in taxation process that the school district has to go through before they can get more money out of property taxes. So this ensures our buyers that their property taxes will either stay the same or they'll decrease as more people come to St. George. Our competitive market area was determined by a 25-mile radius of our site, and we found a few competitors in the area, three being master plan communities, which are Brio, Sun River, which are both age-restricted, and Entrada, which isn't age-restricted, but it appeals to our market. And the three large employers in St. George are either in healthcare or public, being the school district or Washington County, and then Intermountain Healthcare is the largest employer in the area. For competition, we found that their homes sell fast, but they either have bad reviews, they're overflowing so the residents feel cramped, or their cost is higher for the same amenities or size homes. And then for Red Valley, we provide larger lots, upgrade packages, our amenities and Desert Colors amenities, and fresh home alternatives. Our target markets, we determined that 75% of them would be from out of state, so either Arizona, Colorado, California, and possibly New York. You can see we have empty nest, traditional times, big fish, small pond, and country squires. The bottom two are mainly found in California and New York, and then traditional times is in St. George, and empty nest is also found in California and New York. Our market price comparison, you can see over here, the bottom, these are the used homes in the market, and then up here are Entrada's homes, which are expensive and about the same size as the other homes. And then you can see Red Valley's are these squares that are highlighted, so it puts us right in the middle. And our absorption analysis gave us an absorption rate of 2.8 months, which allowed us to project 8 closings per month. The homeowners in St. George are about 70%, which is 6% higher than the national average, and the cost of living is 5% lower than the national average also. And now I will pass it on to Josh.
So for our home selection, we have our Sun Drop starting at $319,958. Our Ash at $335,116. Our Lantana at $375,958. Our Cliff Rose at $413,952. Our Santolina at $441,370. And our last option, our Marigold at $496,434. I'll pass it on to Chandler with the land development.
For land develop, of the 130 acres, we will be developing 120 with 352 lots ranging anywhere from 7,200 to 16,000 square feet, with our average being in the 8,000 to 9,000 range. And any floor plan can fit into any size lots as shown below here. With 206 standard lots and 146 premium lots, we have 3 entries. We have some on the northeast here, and then on the south end we have 2. And all this is followed by the TNZ-NE zoning guides. So we have broken it down into 3 phases. In our first phase, we have 135 homes, including the amenity center, and the land development cost for that is right around the $5.3 million. For our second phase, we have 116 homes, and that's roughly $3.4 million. And in our third phase, we have 102 lots at roughly $3.2 million. And our total land development cost is right around that $13 million range. And for this development, we have created a mass grading plan. We took existing contours and made new ones to find areas such as this part and this northeast part. We found it not suitable due to a drastic drop. The mass grading also allows us to get an accurate budget estimate. And what we took into consideration a lot for this is the expansive clay soils. With this mass grading plan, we can almost eliminate or build above the areas that have this, and where we don't see it fit, we can excavate and compact and then build above them at a proper depth. The amenity center is designed to be higher than the rest of this to act as a centerpiece. We made this mass grading plan to maximize property potential. Now I'll pass it on to Cole.
Today, a majority of homeowners find it important to have a green home. Because of this, green building has become a standard in the residential market. With this demand, we found it essential for us to offer and create green packages for our home buyers. We chose to use 2 sustainable classifications to create cost-effective and attractive packages for not only our homes, but also our site plan and our amenity center. Our site plan is we chose to use the ICC 700 NGBS standard classification because it's the most popular standard chosen in the residential market. With our site plan, we plan to achieve 211 points or a 4-star standard, and we are able to create a silver and gold packages using the NGBS. We also chose to use the HERS rating because it is a good way to assess and explain home efficiency to our homeowners. Our homes will all fill the desert color requirements for sustainability, and we will also stand by their water stewardship vision and incorporate it throughout our development. We have created 3 option packages for our homeowners to choose from: the silver package, gold package, and solar package, which all have different features and costs that can save our buyers money in the long run. With this, I'll pass it on to Josh.
So for construction management, at Red Valley, we'll be offering a magnitude of different options for the home buyers to customize the home for their liking and their needs. We offer a few different interior packages, such as our gold and platinum finish packages, as well as an age-in-place package. We also offer exterior options, such as stamped concrete patios and grilling stations. And we also offer different exterior elevations for each home. For the scheduling, we have outlined a few factors that could affect our schedule. For climate, we have provided shaded work areas and water stations. For repetition, we'll have the same crews working on the same homes to mitigate mistakes that are seen with new homes coming up. And then our workforce will be utilizing second chance workers and veterans. So for an overview of the home schedules and master development schedule, we have our average home construction schedule is 66 days, which is a 5-day work week. Then our master schedule with 1,066 days, as well as with a 5-day work week. And then for project management, so for the site management and logistics, we'll be staffing 3 project management employees, 1 project manager, and then 1 vertical superintendent and 1 horizontal superintendent. We'll also be using Cedar Falls Home's standard safety, quality control, and lean practices to ensure that all workers get home safe and that we build each home to a certain standard with the most efficient way possible. And for site logistics, we'll be having site logistic maps along the whole entire phases that outline construction entrances and exits, as well as material laydown and bathrooms. For disturbance mitigation, this is one of the most important parts for developing a neighborhood. You don't want to feel like you're living in a construction site. And with the way we have designed it, we have our feeder roads that block out all the entrances to the rest of the neighborhood for construction vehicles. So if you come in from our main entrance and you have to go to phase 2, you will never have to really ever enter into phase 1 once it's complete, to basically almost eliminate any construction traffic through finished development. And then on to marketing sales.
So the marketing platforms that we'll utilize are gonna be social media, our website, home listing services, and signage. Our marketing budget is $2,068,604, which is approximately 2% of our gross revenue. Our sales office will be located in lot M1 in our model home, the Marigold, which is circled in yellow. And our design office will be located in lot M2 in our model home, the Santolina, and it's circled in green. Our sales team will be led by a local licensed realtor who specializes in new home sales for age-restricted communities. We identified 3 different lot premiums: exterior perimeter lots, cul-de-sac lots, and large lots. HOA fee will be $150 monthly after amenity center is constructed during phase 1. And now I'm gonna pass it on to Connor for financial and risk analysis.
Thank you. So looking at the financial analysis portion of this project, we can expect a revenue of $146.4 million, expenses of $128.37 million, and a net profit of $18.03 million. This would yield an anticipated IRR of 23.65% and a break-even date in the second quarter of 2023. We also determined I think what we would consider a competitive offer price of $15 million by drawing comparisons from local, regional, and national master plan communities. And our base IRR is based off of 23.65% is based off of this being an accepted offer price. We did, however, consider what a 20% increase and decrease would do to our IRR in the land acquisition. So a $12 million land acquisition would return a 30.66% IRR, while an $18 million land acquisition would return a 17.98% IRR. Differing absorption outcomes also affects our rate of return for this project. A pessimistic approach of 6 closings per month would return a 16.47% IRR. Our anticipated of 8 closings per month is 23.65%, and optimistic of 10 closings per month would be 30.75% IRR. And then this accumulated cash flow shows a break-even date in the 40th month or the second quarter of 2023. Also, it's hard to determine what products will absorb quicker, but we ran 2 different scenarios of high profit margin sales selling more high profit margin homes. That would return an IRR of 27.71%, while low profit margin sales returns an IRR of 19.53%. We also performed a sensitivity analysis to see what an increase and decrease in cost and revenue would do to better predict how our development may perform over the life of the project. We've also taken an approach to assess risk before it may arise in the field, and we've determined that there's some business and construction risk associated with this development. Business risk being absorption rates and construction costs and labor availability, and construction risk being weather and existing soil and site conditions that Chandler mentioned on. We've included a 10% contingency in our land development, so if anything with that expansive clay soil should arise, that should cover what we maybe didn't already mitigate. Some exit strategies and risk mitigation further include selling development-ready lots, ceasing development, and phase and product adjustment if our products aren't absorbing how we anticipated or as quickly as we anticipated. So with all that considered, we think you will find this an exceptional opportunity for Cedar Falls Homes to pursue. At this time, I'd now like to answer any clarifying questions you guys may have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very good proposal. Really enjoyed reading it. I think very spot on. The market analysis was fantastic. I think the product was really good. I saw you at least acknowledge the design criteria, although asked for an exception, which I think was perfect. I think we just wanted to see that you actually did the homework part. I did have a couple of questions. I see you have 3 entries. Why so many?
We found that those entries would help alleviate any traffic eruptions throughout our site.
It's also too that south entry was required for future expansion in the development. The northern one being the main entrance for the development where the utilities will tie in and where the master developer will provide the utilities and tie in. And then that southeast portion was just a potential for the future development to the east, just to have that available and have more routes for traffic instead of going just north-south to potentially go east and exit. Obviously, you can't go west because of the highway right there, so we figured they would fit well within the development.
And also with that, our phasing, it allowed it to, so you won't have to have any construction equipment going into the already built or people traveling through a construction area.
Understood. You typically don't design the final community based on temporary construction issues. It's too easy to do a temporary entrance, just FYI. I see you take 66 days to build the house, but 478 days to develop phase one. So the house seems quick and the development seems long.
So the 66 days, that's based on a 5-day work week. That 66 days is only those 5 days, so that wouldn't be a 7-day schedule. So that's the 66 for 5 days for each week, so it comes out to about 3 months. And then the land development we have, that as soon as we get far enough that we can start building homes, we're gonna start building homes as land development starts going, that we can progress our schedule and keep it on time.
Mm-hmm.
The land development includes the home construction within it. It's
Yeah,
not
the
just-
land development also has home construction as it goes on. So the land development will start, and then after, I think it's a month, we'll start developing lots for the homes.
Yeah, I kind of saw that in the land development schedule. You phased it by lots as opposed to by activity. So it looked like you're producing these 8 lots, then producing these 8 lots. But
So the 8 lots, that's included with, they have the home breakdown, has all the durations for the land development all the way to the finish, and that 8 lots, that duration is with 8 homes starting. So I think it was around 2 homes start a week, so that duration, I think it was around 80 days. In the each lot has all of the construction for all the activities during home construction.
okay, that makes a little more sense. Those are the questions I had. I think you're the first group to include a grading plan. So good job with that. It's pretty neat little program to use. So good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good job. Very comprehensive, very complete. But I've got a couple questions, of course. You answered one of them already. It shows that you've got 66 days of construction, and I was kind of curious to see how a slab of 31 days took almost half of your construction time. So now that you explained it with the only 5-day work week, so I get that. My biggest thing is actually your lot cost. Question is every house fits every lot, correct? All your lots are 65 by 125, is that right?
That's just the typical lot size.
Typical lot, okay. Well, my question is you've allocated lot cost, your Sundrop and your Marigold technically fit on the same lot, correct? But according to your Marigold, it's a $38,000 more expensive piece of land than the Sundrop's lot. Any reason why?
It just kind of varies for if you want that different size home for each lot that you would offer. We have more square footage for the customer with that home.
But it's the same piece of land. I mean, I'm developing the same size lots across the board. Why is one house gonna be almost $40,000 more on a land price? So I'm just curious. I mean, you know, I saw it's a percentage of cost, but I'm just, you know, I'd look at those numbers a little more careful.
I also know, yeah, I'd have, in the performer too, I know we assumed that the larger lots would more than likely end up on a premium lot, or they pay more in option costs, so that may be inflating it a bit as far as assuming that in the assumptions for the performer that it'd be on a premium lot, but we can take another look at that, absolutely.
All right, very good.
Yeah, thanks very much. Very good work. I liked it a lot. Very good use of charts. The marketing was very good. The financials were very good. I thought they made sense, which is good. I like that you guys focused on the cost of living, the taxes, and things like that. HOA fees, that you called that out, and those are all important things. One thing that I just wanted to ask you about, because it's potentially a big item, is I think you wrote in there, because of the drop, you assume there'd be a bridge over to the rest of Desert Colors. Please explain that a little bit more.
It wasn't necessarily a bridge, it was just that the grading that it needed to be because of that elevation there, we're assuming that the master developer will provide a road or some means of access to accommodate that slope change at that northeast corner because it was a required site entrance. So maybe bridge wasn't the proper term, there's also the lizard wash right there. So
Right.
some sort of egress to the main entrance.
So you haven't put that in your cost in the event that the master developer expects you to do it?
It's not included in the cost, but our 10% contingency should,
That would cover the cost of something like that, because that sounds like a pretty expensive item with that big grade change and having to build the roads and some,
right,
but
yeah.
that was I mean, just being a little bit picky because you guys did a very good job on everything else, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. I love the product. I think the walk-ups made sense. Starting at 1,500, you hit the right kind of steps along the progress. I do have a question on the construction schedule. Who put that together? What method did you use to put that together?
As in, like,
Just kind of the buckets that you use, right? So you have framing, and then you have roofing, but you're setting roof trusses during your roofing event, not your framing event. So I'm just kind of wondering.
I kind of just broke it up into just different, not phases, but different work categories, not necessarily. If you look at it, I believe that they still fall in the same path, that they won't be on top of each other, or that the framing wouldn't be done by the time the roofing starts. It was just kind of a way to break up the schedule a little bit more.
Got it. Yeah, it was a little confusing, and I think a little bit, you probably eroded some of your flexible days in there by grouping them, because if the roofer shows up a day late, you want to still make sure you have it all dry, the house dried in as much as you can. The other thing that I was looking at is that your staffing positions, you're paying, I'm going to say below market for a marketing director and a design director seem to be relatively low salaries. What was your justification? What was your research that determined those to be the appropriate salaries for those people?
I was looking, when I went and looked at these salaries, I was trying to base it off of like your St. George area for their salaries. And when I was seeing it, I was seeing it kind of an average around, it was like 42 for your sales manager, and for the marketing director, it was right around the higher 40,000s, and the design studio was right around 40,000. So I may have been a little low.
Yeah, it's a little low. I mean, I think maybe a little more competitive analysis on kind of what it takes to run an operation, I think would have been justified there. And then I want to clarify, need to clarify this. The construction entrance and the main entrance are essentially the same point. Was that accurate, or was that, you said you had the arterial road that was coming in and between the different phases, that would basically bring where all the trucks are coming through, and then that's the main thoroughfare in and out of the project?
So for the main, so for the main entrance, the main entrance is here, but we also, this entrance as well will be built at the same time. So this would be the main entrance, and then construction traffic could also fill through here as these homes start getting developed, so that they would still never have to actually go into said neighborhood or anything like that while construction activities are still going on.
Like Scott said, construction entrances are cheap. Put those in. Don't try to share an entrance with the main community. You'll end up with nails and tires and upset homeowners. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Really good job, guys. Yeah, I thought your proposal was really thorough, and so I appreciated that. I also really liked the market analysis, the scatter chart, your product selection. I thought the site plan was good and pretty realistic for something that could actually get developed. I had a question since you have it up there. So coming in the main entrance, to the left of the main entrance there, that's going to be where the model homes go, right?
No, the model homes will
Yeah,
be
to
right
the left.
here.
Yeah, to the left. And then to the right, what is that undeveloped area there? Is that not a part of the property? Why did you leave that undeveloped? It looked like we could put another 5 or 6 lots there.
So that was the area where it was almost a 60 feet drop in a very short distance. It was just very steep, we thought, and we didn't find it cost worthy to develop any homes there.
Okay. And then why, you know what? You saved by the bell. Really good job. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.